National Park Nighthawk Baseball is on the Nighthawk Network, your official home for Nighthawk athletics this season. Our first featured Nighthawk baseball player of the season, Mr. Zach Murphy. Zach, welcome to Nighthawk Nation. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
First of all, thank you. It's an honor to be on here. My name is Zach Murphy. I am from Sydney, Australia, and I'm over here in Hot Springs, Arkansas to play on the National Park Nighthawks baseball team. I'm a pitcher, and yeah.
Zach, welcome to Nighthawk Nation. What was it about National Park College that drove you here to the States and decided this is my next career path in my baseball career?
It took a lot of deciding at first, being a long journey from home. But Coach Rich Thompson, if many of you may not know, he's an Australian, and it was a pretty big selling point for me to come over here. Obviously, that support system to have around me, and the other player on the team, Josh Beasley, coming along with me. And Coach Rich, he played with my dad, so he knows a bit about me, and it's just, like I said, that great support system.
And of course, family is very important, especially when it comes to baseball. And you mentioned your dad, and he had some success in his baseball career as well. How did that kind of factor into your decision to play the sport in the long run?
It had a pretty big factor. I obviously didn't really have much of a choice growing up. Baseball was no matter what, I always had to play it. And I'm thankful for that because I love the sport today, and can't really. I mean, sometimes I take it for granted, but it's the best decision I ever made. I'm out here, I get to explore a different world, a different country completely, and meet new friends and new communities just because of the sport.
Now, I've never been to Australia, and I suspect most of our fan base has never been there either, but I've got to know, how is the game different back home from where you're from and coming into the States? Is it different, and if so, how?
I'm lucky enough to say that I think where I live in Sydney is one of the best places to live in the world. Yes, that might be a selling point right there. But baseball's a lot different back home. It's not one of the major sports. You have your cricket, AFL, which many of you probably never heard of, and then rugby. But baseball, it's climbing, I'll tell you that much, but it's nothing like here. It's not a major sport. The community's growing, and it's a lot smaller, I'll tell you that much.
Well, you come across the ocean, you come into a new country, and you're coming into a system, meeting a bunch of guys that you've never met before. What has it been like getting here into the States, into Arkansas, and to mesh with these guys? What has the chemistry building been like for you and this pitching core?
First day here, I came in and I was nervous, I was shaking, all these new faces, and look at them play. They're fantastic baseball players, and obviously you get nervous. You're like, they're going to be better than me. And, well, we're all pretty good. But now, like, living in the dorms with them and just being around them every single day, they're like some of my best mates. Best friends, sorry, as you say over here instead of mates. But I thank them so much for everything. They're like really a blessing to have around me all the time.
You guys have been working hard, getting ready for this next season, and now it's finally here. We're going to unwrap the bow on a brand new baseball facility here in the city of Hot Springs, Majestic Park. And it's really the debut for not only you, but this group of Nighthawks this year. A lot of returners, a lot of new faces, such as yourself. And we're going to all start off with the blue and white game at Majestic Park Friday night. What can we as fans expect to see out of you guys this season?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Friday night's game, there's so much hype behind it. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. Expecting for this season, obviously last year was a really impressive season for National Park. But this year, from having a successful season last year, Coach Rich has been able to recruit new players. Obviously me from Australia, a lot of Texas people. And I think pitching, for example, with his pool being a major league pitcher, he's been able to pull in amazing pitching from across, well, not just the country, but around the world, really. So I think our pitching is going to be a league above the rest of the conference. And our hitting should be the same as last year. We're bringing back a lot of returners on the batting side, so let's hope for a really good season.
Now, in terms of pitching and what you can do on a personal level, what are some of your strengths? Give us a sneak peek at what we're going to see out of Zach Murphy this year.
Traditionally, I'm not really a fastball guy. I have never really been able to throw that hard. Rich has helped me to throw a lot harder than that thankfully. But typically, I'm an off-speed guy. Change up, curveball. I like to throw off the batters because, don't want to make it easy for them.
Absolutely. And that's something we never like to do here at National Park. They got to work for it. So tell me a little bit about some of the goals that you've set for yourself this year. What do you hope to get out of this year?
This year's a big deal for me. Coming across the country, I really expect to give it my all here at National Park. Obviously, the goal is to go to the next level past junior college and go into the Division I programs. That's a big step, and hopefully this spring will be a big deciding factor for me. And exposure like these kind of media days would help me possibly go to that next program.
Zach, congratulations on the honor and good luck this season. Is there anybody that you'd like to say hello to who may be watching?
Yes, there's a few. First of all, I want to thank my family back home in Australia. Without them, I wouldn't have come this far. So really thankful, especially my mom. She's done so much for me. Even reaching out, I reach out every week to her. I probably should do more, but I'm really thankful for everything she does for me. And then the baseball programs back home. First of all, Baseball New South Wales, and then Manly Baseball at EBSN. They also reached out to me recently and gave me a shirt so they can support the program back there. And then Petersham Baseball. Thank you very much for everything you guys have done for me growing up through the system. It means a lot to me.
Zach Murphy of the National Park Nighthawk baseball team. More on this week's games coming up. This is National Park Nighthawk baseball on the Nighthawk Network.